My name is Kristīne. Do I have to say Kristīne Beitika or just Kristīne?
What's your name?
Okay, my name is Kristīne Beitika.
And where are you from?
I come from Latvia. So mostly I'm a freelance musician, so I play around like different projects, and also I have some chamber music groups, and I really enjoy chamber music, and yes, that's what I've been doing most of my time.
Okay, and where home is Latvia, or?
I live in Brussels, in Belgium.
Okay.
Yes.
And you play with them. You do projects in Brussels, so?
Mostly in Brussels, but also in Netherlands. I used to live in Netherlands, and
okay.
yeah, different projects around.
Right. So how come you ended up in this corner of Europe? Just out of curiosity?
Because I'm from Latvia. No. No. When I was actually younger, then I knew about this orchestra, and I always thought that I would like to join. And then I saw there was an audition. It was still those times. And then I went to Berlin. I did an audition. It went well, and then I got invited. There is this different type of energy you can feel, and also the way of working is different, and actually, like we kind of do the same thing, but the kind of everything is different from how the usual classical world works, classical music world works. Yes, but if I'm do I have to be very specific?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just so different. I think that actually everything is different from... I think that's why also people want to come here, and also people who have not played in this orchestra or band, how we call it now,
yeah.
They actually want to join too, because it's very fresh, and also there are a lot of young people, so it brings something else too. And also I think it's kind of from similar countries we're coming from Nordic countries and also Baltic countries, and I think this kind of connection is also interesting. And also when you bring in people from Spain, and that's this kind of community thing.
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Well, I as an outsider who has had the privilege to step inside to the ring, so to say. I see all this, and it's so cool. It's just super inspiring to see how this whole thing is set up. And how come then you ended up being a musician?
For me, it was a kind of natural way. I come from a musical family. When I was, since I'm born, then my family used to sing, and we had a lot of concerts with singing, and then everybody played musical instruments. So it was just natural that I played. So I'm the youngest of a big family, and then.
Okay. So what instruments are covered in the family then?
It's now we all have finished, but can I tell you something? Like I have one thing, like it's a not very happy thing, but like I don't know how to say it. Okay. Anyway, there are a lot of different instruments. I think starting from like all woodwinds to string instruments, but also now my brothers have a band, so they're not really professional musicians, but they play parties, and I have a sister who does folklore and. Yeah, okay. Different things, but right. Yeah, classical music. Now I have a sister who plays an opera double bass, so it's.
Right. Could you pinpoint an episode or an era in your life where you sort of realized that this is what I want to do as a job, or as my career?
I think there are actually more than one points like this, because then you kind of decide, and then sometimes you question if it is the path, because there are also struggles and there are different things, and also I have different passions for different. Also I like music, and I also like other things, and then
What are those? Just out of curiosity.
No. Like in general, like it depends on which time of life too.
Okay.
But if I could, then I could be actually anything if I think about how I have thought about my life. But I think there was one moment when I did something kind of like besides music, something else, and then this is the moment I understood that music is the thing I'm gonna do, even though I like other things. But that's something I like to do, but music is something I have to do, kind of.
Prior to Bright and Black, did you have a relationship to metal music at all?
I cannot lie. I almost never listen to metal music, but
there's no need to.
No, not really. Like I knew about like Apocalyptica, and I knew these bands also like Rammstein. Or sometimes maybe at some point when I was a bit younger, then there was like maybe a month when I felt like I could listen to this.
So it didn't really have a meaning for you in that sense, or.
It was very fresh for me, let's say like this.
After we've done this tour, does the word what does metal mean to you now? Has it changed?
Yeah, it definitely has changed. Like actually I was very surprised how much I enjoyed this project, because I wasn't sure, and especially when I listened these tracks before and I was like, okay, we're going to play it. It's like, it's kind of funny. It seems a bit funny also when you're in an airport and it's 6 a.m. when you listen to this some heavier beats of our program, and then but I think that this project really changed some kind of perspective too, because there are actually many layers in metal, and also how we played it wasn't just loud or you know the usual thing that people think what metal is, especially
the cliche.
Yes, the cliche things. That I think there are more layers and more things to discover, and it's actually interesting.
It was my idea in the sense that I wanted to try to show that there are different layers, and that these two worlds are not so far apart, and it's beyond the cliches, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
What did Eicca bring to the table from your end?
I think Eicca was a huge part of the whole thing, and also his personality. It was actually very interesting to see the dynamic between Kristjan and Eicca, and I think that I want to make it proper. So what I say, it's what I mean. I don't know. Just Eicca had this kind of very this way how he was playing, and also it wasn't very usual for us to play with this kind of musician too, because he was kind of soloist, but at the same time he really wanted to be part of our band too. Like even in the first concert he was sitting with us, but you can of course feel that he how to say. I have it in. I have a feeling how I feel about it, and then also how he played, and I have this very clear memory of it, and I even cannot explain it. I think I need to. If I want to do it in the right way, it would take me a bit of a moment to explain.
Take your time.
Because he was such a big part of the whole thing, so I cannot say only like, oh yes, he had great energy, or he was just like, But I think he was part of this project way before us, so he was so invested also before he knew what the orchestra can do and what he can do, and it wasn't only about the playing the instrument. I think it was this whole process of the project.
Is the perfect link. I think, the only link between the only possible link between the two worlds. You know, he's the gateway to make it possible for these two worlds to collide.
Yeah, for sure. That's I guess that's what I wanted to say too. The link, yes, also one of the.
Yeah. Now that you've done this music and you sort of stuck your head into this world, you know, would you say it has changed you in as a musician, and how you, when you step into other projects?
No, for sure. I think in general, like especially when it's when you get such strong impression from a project, then of course it changes, and also the way of playing metal, it's a different thing. And even in classical music, there are different ways how you can play something, and if you have more tools of colors, it's only the benefit of for everyone.
He comes with a really broad palette of colors, and that sort of found its way into the orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is a super interesting discussion. But I've kind of covered my bases here in terms of what I want to ask. But if there's anything you'd like to add or say, you know, regarding anything, feel free.
Anything. Well, I'm just trying to say not something that is not completely cliche, you know, like I can say, oh, it's very cool, it's very fresh, very interesting, for people if they want to come to this kind of project, it's something they don't know to what they would come to, but I'm sure they would leave with emotion which they also didn't expect, but it's very, how to say, can I start over? No, what I wanted to say is that if there are people who come to this kind of performance that we had, then it's something unexpected from their side, and even if they know that they come to a metal, maybe with orchestra, it's still something unknown, and it will be a great experience, for sure.
But it is, and you know, we were, you know, me and Per were equally surprised in that sense that, you know, you think that it's going to sort of take a route, but then it actually goes somewhere much more exciting.
Yeah, even for us, you know, on the stage it can take turns.
So for, you know, for the audience, you know, it's like, wow, okay, well, you know, my neighbor went to the show, and when they walked home, they just like told me, you know, what the hell did we just experience, you know?
Yes, exactly. So yeah.
So it's that part is really exciting.
For sure. Also from us musicians to play this. I was also so surprised that I enjoyed it that much. Like I thought that I will keep my open mind, because this is not something I usually do, you know, like this type of music, you know, but...
Okay, then let me ask you this. Can you then pinpoint a moment when that whole thing tipped over during the rehearsal and the shows?
I think it was already in the rehearsals, and also maybe with Eicca, because what he does on the cello is just kind of magic, you know, with all the tools of what he has. And then when it all came together, it really made sense, and it wasn't just loud music or just type of music, but it's just, as I said before, these layers. And
yeah. It's a good way to describe it all came together, you know, it's a good way to describe it.
And the concerts were also very, like, it changed something in me too, for sure. And they were all a bit different, and emotions were different, and yeah, I appreciate I could be here.
Various sort of emotional territories that the concert cover is also quite big, you know.
Yes, for sure. There were, different type of music too. Like even some, I don't remember what was the name, but it was so peaceful and so calm. If it was taken out of this context, you would never think that it was a metal concert.
Can't explain it?
Can't explain, that's the one.
I'm old school in that sense that I grew up listening to albums, and an album always has, you know, it's like the universe. Good album is like you go into a parallel world and has its various rooms and emotions, you know. And I think the concert should have that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's no question that this concert brings this to the audience.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
So we should end there. I think we have one more person who's going to come in here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Talking to you, Kristīne.
It was great talking to you. I hope I made sense.
Sure, of course you do. Thank you.
I'm happy I could be here, and I'm so happy I could meet you now.